Good morning, students. Class 8 History, Chapter 3 Rural Life and Society, Part 2. Commercialization of Agriculture. Commercialization of agriculture means when the land which was used for the protection of food cultivation changed into the cultivation of those grass which are used for the industrialization of Britain. Means earlier the land which is used for cultivating the food crops, that the British government asked the Indian farmers to cultivate that place the cash crops, and they compelled to cultivate those crops jute, cotton, rubber and indigo. Mainly the indigo plants. I hope you understand what is indigo plants. It is used for the blue dye, and it is very useful for the cloth factories, textiles. We know when the Industrial Revolution in 18th century, Britain established many factories, and these factories required raw materials which Britain supplied from India. So they compelled the Indians to cultivate those blue dye in India. The main reason was those grass needed for the industry and for the in Britain, and it must make available, which gives a huge money to the factories and exported to the Britain. That was the main reason why they compelled the peasants to cultivate these cash crops in India. So it gave success to the Industrial Revolution in Britain, but it destroyed self-sufficiency of the Indian villages. The Britain, along with the landlords and moneylenders, benefited a lot, but the peasants suffered a lot due to natural calamities such as flood and drought. The other reason was the low price of crops and high rates of tax that the government asked them to give. And whenever due to the calamities, natural calamities, they were not able to cultivate those crops, but the revenue what they have to give, it was compelled to pay. If they have failed, automatically they have to go to get money from the money lenders. So if they have no money, they used to go to the money lenders so that they will not lose their land, their property. So when they go to the money lenders, they were also looting from these poor villagers. They give them money with a high rate of interest, and if they have failed to give, and the debt of this interest goes higher every year according to the condition that they made. So when it is circle the debt again and again, at last they have to give up their land. Like this, the poor villagers became helpless and poor. Peasant rebellions. Due to the land revenue which was started by the British government, the farmers and the peasants were not happy with. They rebelled against the British government. Especially they rebelled against the indigo. Indigo rebellions began 1859 to 1860. It started in Bengal. Now, what is indigo? Indigo is a plant which has been an important source of blue dye. This plant grows in tropics. Indigo is a natural dye and it had very much demand in European countries. Indigo is a natural dye compatible with most fibers such as wool, cotton, silk, linen, etc. Huge demand in Europe at the time when the textile industry was blooming due to industrial revolution, and it was called blue gold. The European planters demanded the Indian farmers to cultivate it. In India, indigo was cultivated through two methods, Niji system and Roti system. Niji system means rural Europeans planters comes and buy the land or take land in rent, and they themselves will cultivate. They, with the help of the farmers, laborers, they plant indigo in the land directly, and they take the wealth of the raw materials to their country. Under the Niji system, the European planters produce indigo directly or in land which they have directly controlled. Sometimes they own the land or took it on hire and asked the cultivators with the hired peasants to cultivate it. Now, Roti system. Indigo planters, they will not plant indigo plants. They compelled the tenants to cultivate the plants. The European administrators control everything under their control. Under Roti system, the planters forced the roads or miners to sign an agreement so that they could get loans. Under the Roti system, the planters forced the roads or the peasants to sign an agreement so that they could get loans. Only 25% of area under their hold, and they have delivered the crops at very low price. And in India, indigo cultivation was majorly done through Roti system. Because of continuous cultivation of indigo, the land became unfit to grow any other crops, and the results become a never-ending circle of debt, as they were unable to pay back the loans taken for indigo cultivation. The indigo cultivators went on strike and rebelled against European indigo planters. Unable to contain the rebelling peasants, an indigo commission was formed. They made a commission was formed in order to see the situation and resolve the problems. To solve the problems, this commission will come to the indigo cultivators' place and see the problems and do remedies for it. The commission accepted the fact that indigo cultivation was not profitable for the Ruds or peasants. So the commission asked the peasants to continue the contract which they have agreed it. After completing the contract, they can choose a choice to whether to continue to cultivate or not, whether to grow the indigo plants in their land or not, that they have given permission. In 1970, under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, they could successfully increase the price at which the planters brought indigo from them. They could increase the price. Earlier, the British government allowed them to sell the crops in low price, but under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, they were going to sell their crops in high price. In 20th century, under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, the peasants were organized into groups. The main aim of these masses peasant movements was to address the problems that cropped due to the exploitation of practices of British. The practices what they brought to the British, to stop all this and to do the cultivation as before. There also they started, Gandhi helped them to make a number of Kisan Sabhas during this period. The movements and association formed during this period of them given below. In 1920 to 21, peasants opposed arbitrary increase in the revenue by Jamidars, and the Bada Krishna Sabha was established under Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and local leader Ramchandra. In 1923 to 24, peasants successfully resisted the increase in revenue of Tagore, and the First Roads Association was formed by N.G. Rana in Andhra. 1927, T. Prakasham and Krishna K. Vengadapaya spearheaded a Kishan's movement in the Krishna Godavari Delta. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was the main person who worked for it and forced the government to temporarily abandon the revision of this movement. Like the things what they brought to India, new revenue systems made changes in it, and they tried to. So later British government brought changes in revenue collection and introduced new technical methods of irrigation of land and water, especially irrigation of canals. Examples we can see canal in Punjab, and these canals under British initiative to improve the agriculture, especially the canals started, and it really helped for the improvement of agriculture of our country. Now, read case study of Punjab yourself from the book. Book exercise answers you will get in online content. Thank you.